All right, go. Go, Mike. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening and welcome to the 12th Annual Wilmington Theater Awards. It's supposed to be the 14th, but you know. So the 12th. My name is Chad, and this is my lovely wife, Terry, and we are so excited to be hosting tonight's awards show. Sorry, excuse me. Terry! Terry, where are you? You're supposed to be out here, Terry.
What are you doing?
Where?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you wearing?
Stage manager, hello, headset, clipboard, big boots, stage manager.
No. We're supposed to be hosting. You, me. We're supposed to be, see people? We're supposed to be hosting this.
You are the onstage guy. I am the offstage gal.
Not
That's
tonight.
How we do this.
No, not tonight. We're supposed to be out here being all sparkly and pretty, and you're supposed to, not this. Come on.
I'm gonna go find Jeff. We're gonna work this out. Hang on, folks. Jeff!
So, while we wait, don't forget, we have an after party this evening at Eagles Dare immediately following the show. We hope we see you all there. And
show already.
huh? Wait, who are you?
Hello, everyone. I haven't even gotten to the stage yet. That's a good sign.
Wait, what are you?
Squidward Q Tentacles. I'm here. I was nominated for everything. You know, Tentacle, Spectacle, the musical.
Okay, look.
Hey, some people
Squidward.
understood that reference. Also a good sign.
Squidward, no. This is not for you. We're trying to figure something out right here. What do you... Wait, no.
Well, I'll be performing a piece from the show. It's an 8-hour-long clarinet solo. I hope that's okay. What are you still doing here?
You know what? Whatever. I gotta figure something out.
Yeah, goodbye.
Just keep them entertained.
Just keep the lights on. Thank you.
Everybody. Isn't it a wonderful day to open a show? Squidward. Squidward, do you like this? You having a good time? Well, everybody jumped out of bed, mix up a breakfast for my favorite pet snail. Full steam ahead, the SSI am ready is about to set sail. This kind of day couldn't get much better, but it keeps on trying. I'm on my way. Somewhere there's a Krabby Patty that needs frying. And who's the lucky sponge in the mirror who is living his dreams? Who's always extra careful with his dental hygiene? Gary, it's me. Happy just to be here in the world renowned. Bikini Bottom, how I love this town. Bikini Bottom and the sun shines down on a beautiful Bikini Bottom day. Oh, good morning, Patrick and Sandy. Good morning, Mr. Krabs and Girl. Hi, Plankton and Karen. And good morning, Bikini Bottom. Hey, the boss is rushing and the traffic spins of me. Swinging the current to the
Oh, well, they didn't kill the light. Still you. So we're gonna try this again for real. So that was Thalian Association Community Theater performing Bikini Bottom Day from Nickelodeon's The SpongeBob Musical, nominated for 8 awards this evening, including Outstanding Musical and Outstanding Sound Design, which includes our Foley artist this evening, Jason Aycock. Now, Jason will be guiding us through this evening, helping us to keep the show moving and running smoothly. So if you happen to win and your acceptance speech goes a little longer than 90 seconds, you might hear a friendly reminder like this. Or possibly any of these. So just keep
There it is.
Yep, just keep that in mind. So let's give Jason a big hand for keeping us going with a smile, huh?
So tonight, as we gather to celebrate the magic of theater, I want to take a moment to recognize and appreciate the incredible members of our theatrical tech crew. These unsung heroes, yes! These unsung heroes work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that every performance is seamless and spectacular. Stage managers and crew coordinate every aspect of the production, from rehearsals to curtain calls. Their organization skills and calm demeanor keep everything running smoothly, ensuring that the show goes on without a hitch. There's no award category for this group of technicians. Their work is not seen by the audience unless we're doing it wrong or something has gone wrong. But rest assured, all of you stage managers and shadow walkers, you are seen and appreciated. We are grateful. That part. We are grateful for everything you do to ensure that performances run safely and smoothly. Our lighting teams are the ones who create the mood and atmosphere for each scene, using their expertise to highlight the emotions and actions of the actors. Their creativity and precision are truly remarkable. Sound crews are responsible for every sound effect, every piece of music, and every word spoken on stage. Their attention to detail and technical skills ensure that the audience hears every nuance of the performance. Set designers and builders transform empty stages into captivating worlds, bringing the director's vision to life with their craftsmanship and imagination. Their hard work and dedication are evident in every piece of scenery. Costume designers and wardrobe teams create stunning looks that help actors embody their characters. Their talent and creativity add an extra layer of authenticity to the performance. To all the members of our tech crew, thank you for your hard work, your passion, and your commitment to excellence. You are the backbone of our theater, and we couldn't do it without you. Let's give them another well-deserved round of applause and standing ovation if you feel like it. Let's hear it for all the tech.
All right, so moving on, we're going to get the show going. Please join us in welcoming our first presenters to the stage, Benjamin and Matthew Thomas Reed.
Thank you. Matt, we're on.
Sorry, it's really hard to get rid of crabs.
Fought really hard for that joke, y'all. Thank you, Benjamin, down in the pit. All right.
The first award of the evening is Best Newcomer. And being relative newcomers ourselves, Ben and I are excited to have been so welcomed by you all here in Wilmington.
2 years ago, we officially joined the Wilmington theater community. I was cast in my first play, The Philadelphia Story.
And I was cast in my first musical, The Wedding Singer. John Staten called me face punchable.
He called me Ben Thomas Reed.
On our journey to get a good adjective from John, what we found here in Wilmington was way better than a good review. A fantastic, ever-expanding group of people we now call friends.
I mean, literally, how cool is it that I could say that we came to the theater awards tonight as our date, Heather Setzler, the Mary Poppins, Heather Setzler. Heather! Hey, Heather! Oh, there she is! There she is!
Okay, here's the bit where we were supposed to see people in the audience and call them out because of all the people who we know, and I can't see anybody.
So, hey, John Barry. Oh, hey, everybody. Hey, Brendan Carter. Look, you're over there.
Erin Sullivan?
She's backstage.
Okay, well,
All right, so anyway, that's gone on definitely long enough. All right, here's our wish. Thank you, Jason. Hey, Jason Aycock! Anyway, here's our wish to the newcomers. May the community be as welcome to you as it has been to us.
and may you be as fortunate to have as amazing friends as we do.
And seriously, newcomers, if you didn't get an adjective from John Staten on your first time, just keep at it. He's a really busy dude, okay? All right? And the nominees for Outstanding Newcomer are Josh Avery,
Jennifer Frankel,
Madison Fleming,
Stephanie Hall,
Ricky Nelson,
Calvin Roll,
Raul, Devin Roon.
Marlon Weems.
All right, y'all. And the star goes to Madison Fleming.
Hello. I wrote this in the car. I want to say thank you first and foremost to my family, a few of whom are in the audience tonight. You are my steel magnolias, really. One being my beautiful grandma, who she genuinely thinks I'm a star. She might be having a heart attack, so please bring an ambulance. I thank you, Mom, who's out right now traveling the world, doing everything that the world has to offer, which she's inspired me to do. And thank you, my partner, Kevin, who's always there in every single audience, usually several times a night. He's an introvert, so he hates all my friends. But we love you, Kevin. My dear friend Chloe, she's not here tonight, but she encouraged me to move to Wilmington. Yeah, she encouraged me to move here, and honestly, this theater community is the reason that I will be here forever. So, thank you, Emily Graham, for allowing me to step into Shelby's shoes and just be myself. And I hope to continue to be given the opportunity to do the thing that I think I was born to do, and meet some really, really marvelous people along the way, and you know who you are. And I wrote this in the car, so I'm sorry if I didn't say thank you, but you know I thank you. So thank you.
Madison.
Our next award is for Best Lighting Design.
From three houses with very different problems to a fairy forest party to the sprawling locations of 18th century France, our lighting designers illuminated the stage and brought these locations to life.
Fairy Forest Party reminds me of our wedding.
Jason Dingus.
The nominees are...
For Opera House Theater Company's Death of a Salesman, David Castaneda.
For Thalian Association Community Theater's Godspell, Andrew Fisher.
For Panache Theatrical Productions' Lizzie, Hannah Thunderberg.
For Big Dog Productions' Night of the Living Dead, Cole Marquise.
For Thalian Association Community Theater's Beauty and the Beast, Joshua Zinus. And the star goes to David Castaneda for Death of a Salesman. He ain't here, Cass says, so we will accept this award on his behalf.
I mean, we'll give it to him, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right. The next awards for Best Sign Design go to... Or sorry, that's you.
Yes, I have a line.
Oh, you got a line. Okay.
A Foley artist under the sea, a musical bio about Carole King, an alleged axe murderer, a mad scientist hilariously creating life, and finally, Death on the Search for Hope. Our sound designers delighted our ears. The nominees for Best Sound Design are...
Thalia Association SpongeBob the Musical, Jason Aycock and Ethan Golden.
For Opera House's Beautiful, Christopher Dean.
For Panache Theatrical Productions' alleged axe murderer, Lizzie, Christopher Dean.
For Thalian Association's Young Frankenstein, Ethan Golden.
For UNCW's Everybody by Max Liddy. Hopefully I said that. You want to do this one?
And the award goes to Jason Aycock and Ethan Golden.
He's coming down from the rafters, y'all.
Ethan, are you here? Oh, okay. Well, Ethan's not here, so I will happily accept this on our behalf. I have a couple of thanks. I would like to thank two Logans. Logan Hayes called me and said, hey, I don't know if you're familiar with the show, but there's a Foley artist, and I think that you would be perfect for that. Logan, I appreciate it. It's just been a riot. I would like to thank Logan Mack for putting up with me making fun of his every step, literally. And also, I would like to thank Carrie Ann Kaiser. She's not here at the moment. She's teaching. But she sat with me in the pet store as I spent about 45 minutes finding the right squeaky toy. So there's that. Thank you, everybody. I love to give shout-outs to my fellow nominees because, I mean, they're the ones that actually make you hear this stuff. I'm just the one farting around in the opera box. Have a good night.
All right, give it up for Riley and Lily, our trophy presenters this evening. Thank you. Now, in addition to a nomination for Outstanding Play, this show garnered 8 additional nominations, making it the most nominated play this evening. This play tells the tragic story of Willie Loman through an African-American lens. In this scene, a desperate Willie begins to see what his life is truly worth. Performing now is Opera House Theater Company with a scene from Death of a Salesman.
Here's some money, $50. I got an accountant inside.
Charlie, look, man, I got to pay my insurance this month, so if you can manage it, I need $110. I draw it from my bank account, but then Linda would know, and I'm keeping very strict account. I want you to know how much I appreciate it.
Now listen, Willie. Willie, what is wrong? What the hell is going on inside of your head?
Nothing, man. I'm simply trying to keep.
I'm offering you a job. I can put you on the road for $50 a week. It won't put you on the road, and you can earn $50 a week.
I got a job.
Without pay? What kind of job is a job without pay? Now listen, kid, enough is enough. I'm not a genius or anything, but I know when I'm being insulted.
Insulted?
Why don't you want to work for me?
What's the matter with you? I got a job.
Well, what are you coming in here every week for?
Well, you don't want me to come in here every week? Just say so.
I'm offering you a job.
I don't want a goddamn job.
When the hell are you going to grow up?
You big ignoramus, you say that to me again and I will zap you one. I don't care how big you are.
How much do you need, Willie?
I'm strapped, Charlie. I'm strapped. I was just fired.
Howard fired you?
That's that knows. Can you imagine? I named him. I named him Howard.
Willie, when you gonna realize you named him Howard, but you can't sell that? The only thing you got in this world is what you can sell. And the funny thing about it, you're a salesman and you don't know that.
I've always imagined that if a man was impressive and if he was well liked, there was.
Why must everyone like you? Who liked J.P. Morgan? Was he impressive? In a Turkish bath, he looked like a butcher. But when his pockets was on, yeah, he was very well liked. Now listen, kid, I know that you don't like me. And nobody can say that I'm in love with you. But I'm willing to offer you a job just because, for the hell of it. Now what do you say?
I just can't work for you, Charlie.
What, are you jealous of me?
Can't work for you, don't ask me why.
You've been jealous of me your whole life, you damn fool. Here, pay your insurance.
I'm keeping very strict accounts.
Look, I got some work to do. Take care of yourself and pay your insurance.
Funny, isn't it? After all the highways and appointments and years and trains, you wind up worth more dead than alive.
Tonight, as we honor extraordinary achievements, we also want to recognize the outstanding support that makes moments like this possible.
Behind every spotlight that shines, every applause that echoes, and every story that inspires, there are champions who believe in the power of this community. It's thanks to the generosity and vision of those sponsors that tonight's celebration is a reality.
Please welcome to the stage the incomparable Rhonda Bellamy and Shane Fernando.
Good evening. Woo. Woo. Good evening. On behalf of our trustees, our staff, and our incredible volunteers, I'd like to welcome you to our beloved treasure, Thalian Hall. Woo. Thank you. Thalian Hall has been so proud to help underwrite this awards night since the very beginning, and we just want to thank you for bringing your work to our stages here throughout the year. You are the soul of Thalian Hall, so thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I can't hear you, but I can't see you rather, but I can sure hear you. I'd like to, first of all, recognize the Arts Council's Board of Directors who might be present. Please stand and wave your hand. You know, this is the only night of the year that I get to get dolled up and come take credit for other people's work. Those other people chiefly being Jeff Hydak, who produces our show, and John Staten. And they have been with the program from the very beginning, ensuring that we didn't miss a beat as we transitioned over from the Star News to the Arts Council. Others that have really pulled their weight include the nominations committee. I'd like to recognize Merla Christ, Penelope Grover, Alisa Harris, who's on our board, Heather Setzler, Joey Toller, my board chair, and Richard Trubia. Just yesterday, the Arts Council on this very stage hosted the new director of the New Hanover Community Endowment in a luncheon with our arts leaders talking about what philanthropy can do for our thriving theater community in particular. And they know it already because they gave us $200,000 and the lion's share of those funds went to theater companies. Woo! And it takes sponsors and donors to do the work that we do. We'd like to thank Thallian Hall, of course, our partners in this endeavor, the Wilson Center, and Eagles Dare, where we hope you'll join us for the after party.
I think some of y'all have heard about the upcoming transformation of Thallian Hall. We are, this is a massive project. It will touch every corner of this building, all 4 floors. We will be doubling our capacity, doubling our square footage, and it is really, really thrilling. It's going to be bringing in incredible new experiences for our audiences, our performers, our technicians, our musicians, and one very important part of the plan that I'm committed to, and worked very hard with the architects to make this plan happen, is that we will not cease operations during this project. We figured out a way to do it. We want to keep our stages open for you and our audiences through this project, and in a few years we're going to have something magnificent, so stay tuned. Thank you. And now it is my pleasure to invite to the stage Aaron Sullivan and Mike Thompson. Thank you.
Actually, tonight, I'm Shanita Job, also known as what you get when you order Jeff Phillips off Temu.
Mike, Shanita, we promised Terry and Chad we would keep this subtle and brief.
Me subtle and you brief?
I get it. This year, we didn't make it to the stage, and we spent a lot of time backstage, but this is not our time!
I am sick and tired of not being seen. How can this not be our time when we're out here all glamorous presenting this next award?
And I agree. And I do want to follow with Terry and Chad and celebrate all of the amazing people on the creative teams behind the scenes. Let's give some props to props, set construction, stage management, wig design, and all of the amazing individuals who contributed to this amazing season we had, and celebrating all the amazing performances nominated here tonight.
Yes, bravo, please, bravo, bravo.
And with that being said, I mean, tonight our looks were inspired by the creativity, the passion, the glamour, and the true craftsmanship of these next nominees. It is our privilege to announce the nominees for Best Costume Design. For Thallian Association's White Christmas, Stephanie Amon and Debbie Shue.
For Thallian Association's The SpongeBob Musical, Melanie Hodge.
For Opera House Theater Company's Beautiful, Debbie Shue.
For UNCW's The Importance of Being Earnest, Mark Sorensen.
And for Tech Mojo's The House That Gordy Built, Terrell Williams. All right, and the star goes to, oh, my nails. Melanie Hodge,
SpongeBob was such a fun show to work on. As a designer, to be able to have such creative freedom, that was such a unique treat. Logan Hayes, I cannot see you, but you are a creative genius. And thank you so much for trusting me with your vision for this show. Cast and crew were so fun to work with. I'd like to thank my family, my 3 girls. every day. My husband, he puts up with so much when I do shows like this. Not to mention, he is the mastermind behind the Squidward legs, which should be an award all in itself. I love this community so much, and it's just been such a joy working with so many of you. And for those I have not had the pleasure to work with yet, I really hope for the opportunity someday soon. Thank you.
Shanita, what are you doing?
My damn job. I love all of our glamorous sets, even though sometimes I hate moving them.
Well, I think I know where this one's going. We want to celebrate all of the amazing artists who contributed to this year's set design. With superior direction and collaboration, these set designers created a performance platform for actors and a visual spectacle for audiences to escape reality.
And the nominees for the best... Actually, the nominees for the people who made my life hard.
Get up here! Get up here!
Jesus.
Jeez, be proper, Shanita.
Shanita proper, girl. For the for UNCW's Rumors, Michael Allen.
For Opera House, Death of a Salesman, Terry Collins.
For Thalian Association's Young Frankenstein, Randall Enlow.
Steel Magnolias, Benedict Fancy.
For Sear Theater's Here, Ashley Flowers. And the star goes to...
Oh, nails. Tell me, Shanita, what's it say?
Terry Collins, Death of a Salesman, Opera House Theater Company.
Well, thank you, everybody. Death of a Salesman was a real gift for me. It was a design that goes all the way back to my early college years, and I was just tickled for what we were able to do here. As I've always said, I'm only as good as those around me. Everyone at Opera House, thank you. Shelby, my niece, who is no longer here in town, I thank. Tim, Donna, y'all put up with this ranting lunatic. I love you all, and thank you so much.
Well, if there's one thing I can say about the next category, it's that I live for celebrating creating your own work. The arts are ever-changing.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Sometimes we have to create our own work, and therefore is it a privilege to announce the nominees for Best Original Production. From Pineapple-Shaped Lamps, Laughing in the Dark.
From Chase Harrison and Big Dog Productions, Night of the Living Dead.
From Port City Playwrights, 10-Minute Miscellany.
From Rosemary Harrington and Harrington Repertory, Shakers Revised.
And from Theater for All, Wherefore Art Thou? And the star goes to... Night of the Living Dead! You look very much alive.
Yeah, that does say Night of the Living Dead. So, I guess I wrote something and I didn't write a speech, because who thought you'd know when? So, to quote the great Dr. Peter Venkman, we came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Thank you, everyone who believed in me in any show I write. Thank you, Steve Vernon. Thank you, Big Dog Production. Thank you, every actor who said any word of mine I've ever wrote. Thank you for letting this little dyslexic boy from nowhere, Patolis, North Carolina, do what he always dreamed to do, write and direct his own horror stories. Thank you so, so much. My mom and dad are right there. They're crying. I think that's my dad crying. Wow.
Please welcome Tony Elias Jofani, founder and artistic director of Sear Theater.
Take that out for him.
Thank you for that. Hello. Sear Theater was named after the Lebanese word for magic. In our inaugural season, we sought to produce plays that explored the imaginative and the unknowable. Here, by Taylor Mack, is a gutsy, dark, and thrillingly absurd comedy that dares to ask a vital question. What do we owe to the people who harm us? Isaac, the failed prodigal son, returns from the war to discover a household in revolt. The insurgent, his mother. Liberated from an oppressive marriage with Isaac's newly out transgender sibling as her ally, she's on a crusade to dismantle the patriarchy. A messy, insane roller coaster of a play that is as silly as it is heartbreaking. The cast, unfortunately, could not be here tonight, so please give it up for Here.
Shining City by Connor McPherson is set in Dublin, where a guilt-ridden man reaches out to a therapist after seeing the ghost of his recently deceased wife. Routine visits between the two men quickly become a gripping struggle to survive, changing both of them for the rest of their lives. Here is Shining City.
And then before I know it, your man just hits me in the stomach, right? I'm not fit. I haven't been in a fight since I was maybe 10 or something, but that feeling of being completely winded, not being able to breathe, and being completely paralyzed, right? I just went down and down till I was on my knees on the floor, and then I hear your man going, "No, you brought that on yourself." And he was so fucking right, you know? And they sat me on the steps, right? I mean, they're getting a bit worried, because I just cannot breathe. And I hear the woman going like, "What'd you have to hit him for?" And the man's going like, "You'll be all right. You'll be all right." And I felt fucking grateful. You know, I mean, it's so stupid, but in a mad way. That's what I wanted. I wanted someone to tell me that everything was going to be okay, you know? I was really clinging to the fucking wreckage now, you know? And I went home. Still completely able to... When I got there, you know, Mary had my dinner on the table, right? Chops and peas and potatoes. And a pain in my stomach. I could barely fucking walk, you know? Of course, as soon as she sees me, the moment she sees me, she says, "Oh my God, John, what's happened? Are you all right?" And I turned on her, Ian. You know, I ate the head off her. I exploded. I was like an animal. You know, it was all so sudden, and she looked so frightened. I'd never seen that look of real fear, and I was doing it, you know? Pushed her up against the wall, and I told her, "You're fucking killing me." And I grabbed her by the shoulders, and I shook her. I shook her so hard, and I could feel how small and helpless she was, and it was a terrible feeling. And I said to her, "Don't speak to me anymore. Don't you dare fucking speak to me." And she just cowered down to the floor. Nothing like this had ever happened between us before, you know? Curled up into a little ball there, down by the bin. And the sobs just started coming out of her, you know? Just total bewilderment, you know? Because I think I killed her that day, you know? No, I do. I believe I probably did it to her, Ian, you know? No. And that's probably why I've seen her, you know? No, I mean, she only wanted to fucking help me, you know?
It was an accident. She was in an
accident.
accident.
No, but I think about, like, where would she have been going? You know, she wouldn't have been out on her own in town if I... And she was so kind, right? I mean, no, is it in some way, is she trying to... is she trying to hurt me?
See, I'm
Or
not
no,
convinced.
maybe I've got it all wrong. You know, maybe I've got the whole thing arse-spice. Maybe she's trying to save me.
Paul Teal was taken from us far too soon, but in his short time here, he wowed thousands as a triple threat in numerous leading roles at Thalian Hall while catching the eyes of millions during an unforgettable turn on One Tree Hill. His swan song in the Starz series The Hunting Wives is expected to air later this year. As the founder of the Wilmington Conservatory of Fine Arts, Corey Phipps Smith created a safe place where students were encouraged to grow not only in their craft, but in their character. Her passion and giving nature has left a legacy that will continue to inspire young dancers for years to come. An active member of Wilmington's theatrical community in the 1970s and early 1980s, as well as a one-time employee of Thalian Hall, Randolph Delago left the port city and went on to a legendary 40-year career as the artistic director of Florida's Delray Beach Playhouse. Rachel Hemingway brought her passion for theater to Wilmington in 2014, and when she relocated here from Arizona, she brought her Acting Up youth company along with her, giving young performers the opportunity to do such classic shows as The Music Man and Fiddler on the Roof. A suave actor with a wicked sense of humor, Jeff Johnston appeared in plays for various companies here, including Sideman and Witch for Opera House, and he brought his sharp presence to such Wilmington-shot films as Ding-a-Lingless for acclaimed indie director Honor to Call. When he wasn't busy running Wilmington's public radio station, WHQR, in the 1990s, Michael Titterton performed in numerous plays, bringing his gravitas to such roles as Father Tim Farley in the two-hander Mass Appeal with a young Justin Smith. Not only did Linda Lavin share her Tony-winning talent with Wilmington audiences and performers during her time here, but she also spent her time and money supporting numerous local arts organizations and founding the Red Barn Theater. Her support of our theatrical community was unwavering. As we reflect on the legacies they've left behind, let us honor their contributions by carrying forward their love for the stage and their unwavering dedication to this art form we all hold dear. I kindly ask everyone to stand, and please join me in honoring and applauding these remarkable people.
Friends, please join me in welcoming our next presenters, Ariana Teisinger and Aaron Hunter.
Thanks, Mom. Our hearts are with the families and friends of everyone lost this year. And now we will be presenting for the Best Supporting Actor and Actress in a Play.
You are doing an amazing job, Ariana. I love it. I see you. I believe you. This is fantastic. You're doing such a great job, sweetie.
Thank you, but Aaron, what are you doing?
I'm being the best at supporting an actor. And you are killing it.
Okay, well that's not what this supporting means. It means the performer played a substantial part in the storytelling.
What? I mean, I knew that.
Yeah.
It's just a joke.
It's just so,
yeah. Like, support an actor,
So good.
supporting actors. And the nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Play are, as Biff in Opera House Theater Company's Death of a Salesman, D'Antonio DeMarco. As Simon Gascoigne and Big Dog Productions' The Real Inspector Hound, Devin D'Amata. As Max in Sear Theaters here, Louis Johnson. As George Zimmerman in The Ballad of George Zimmerman, for Mouths of Babes Theaters, Scatopia Short Plays to Help You See in the Dark, Victor Rodriguez. And as multiple characters in Big Dog Productions' It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play, Brett Sokola.
And the star goes to, if I can open this, D'Antonio DeMarco, Death of a Salesman, Opera House Theater Company.
I'm glad I came. Wow. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I just want to thank everyone here in this amazing theater community when I got down here to come do this classic of a play, which is kind of just an opportunity of a lifetime. I was just welcomed by Opera House and everyone in the cast and the crew and backstage, and I just want to give homage to what everyone said earlier about the unseen people that make everything happen. So that means so much. And so everyone here at Italian Hall, Opera House Theater Company, I specifically want to thank Barbara Mutu, the director, and Cass Hyman, who really believed in me for helping me get this part, and Natasha Williams, Jaden, and the rest of the whole cast of Death of a Salesman. It was a great experience. Thank you all. This is wonderful. Thank you.
The nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Play are, as multiple characters in Big Dogs, It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play, Anna Gamble Huber. As Clary and Thalian Association's Steel Magnolias, Elizabeth Michaels. As Nessa in Sear Theater's Shining City, Maya Noor. As Alicia in Big Dogs, the Thanksgiving play, Elena Olsen. As Clown 2 in Big Dogs, the 39 Steps, Heather Setzler.
And the star goes to... Heather Setzler!
Thank you. Thank you, Big Dog, for sliding 39 steps into a last-minute spot. Thank you, Steve Vernon, for giving me a compliment about my clowning skills. I felt like I won a Tony that day. Thank you, Randy Davis, for your amazing directorship. Your style of sure and no will lead me through all future productions. Chad and Tamika, two of the most amazing humans. I can't believe you're in the theater world. You are so humble and gracious and beautiful. Just a privilege to share the stage with you. And my gosh, my clown in crime, clown number one, Ben Thomas Reed. Half of this is yours, my friend. I could not have clowned around with a better person, and I would be remiss if I didn't give one last thank you.
Every April, Thalian Association Community Theater partners with the Azalea Festival. Last year, the 2024 festival show was a Disney classic.
Thalian is proud to provide a little Disney magic with a cast and crew of over 40 volunteers from Wilmington's artistic community, earning 5 nominations, including a nod for Outstanding Musical. Please enjoy this number from Beauty and the Beast.
No one's been like Gaston, a kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
My, what a guy like Gaston.
Give 5 hurrahs!
Well, it is. Gaston is the best and the rest is all rich.
Oh!
In a wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right, and every last inch of me's covered with hair.
That's his place like Gaston. In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston.
I'm especially good at expectorating. When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barn. Yeah!
So before we introduce our next presenters, we want to take a moment to highlight something special. This year, you may notice that there is no category for Outstanding Youth Production. Well, that's because the brilliant minds behind Curtain Call have created an event dedicated entirely to celebrating the incredible talents of youth performers in communities and school productions. So let's all join in together and congratulate them on an outstanding and successful collaborative effort. All right, please welcome to the stage Sydney Jones and Chance Bradley.
All right, Chance Bradley.
Sorry, neither one of us is really used to having speaking roles on stage, so.
You know, she's right. As recurring faces on Thalian's beautiful stage as ensemble members. We don't tend to have a bunch of monologues per se, but we really help out in different ways, like dancing and singing. But I really can speak for all of my fellow ensemble baddies out there. There are two types of ensemble performers, the singers who learn to dance and the dancers who learn to sing. We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
So that's why these two categories are so important to us. So thank you to all the choreographers who help singers become beautiful dancers.
And all the brilliant music directors that help dancers like myself find their voice, even if we're a little, very pitchy.
So without further ado, the nominees for Outstanding Choreography are, for Mean Girls from Panache Theatrical Productions, Kevin Levi Green and Luke Pages. For SpongeBob the Musical from Thalian Association, Logan Hayes. For Annie from Opera House Theater Company, Carson Hobbs. For White Christmas from Thalian Association Community Theater, Samantha Ray Misford. And for Godspell from Thalian Association Community Theater, Timothy Mills. And the star goes to Kevin Levi Green and Luke Pages, Mean Girls.
Thank you. This is just so cool. Oh my gosh. Like 2 years ago, I was one of the trophy ones, and I broke Carson Hobbs' trophy for best choreography in Newsies. So that was a choice. So let's try not to do that tonight. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone in the casting crew, and Kevin and Anthony, and just everybody. It was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Now we have the nominees for musical direction. For Thalian Halls Association, The SpongeBob Musical, Amanda Klages. For UNCW's Head Over Heels, Betsy Curtis. For Tech Mojo's The House That Gordy Built, Sharon Amor Clay. For Thalian Association's Godspell, Denise Hopper and Linda Carlisle Marcus. And for Opera House Theater Company's Beautiful, Broadway's Brian Whitted. And the star goes to Broadway's Brian Whitted!
I think that was it, right?
He's not.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Amazing.
The next play, or as Big Dog's artistic director Steve Vernon calls them, skits.
Thank you, and good night.
By Patrick Barlow, is based on the Alfred Hitchcock thriller of the same name, with one big difference. This vaudevillian take on the thriller is a madcap, farcical romp with 4 actors playing all the roles. In this scene, our dashing leading man, Richard Hannay, I'm not biased at all, is fleeing England after a mysterious woman is killed in his flat and he is framed for the murder. Trying to keep a low profile, he has hopped a train for Scotland to clear his name. Not only nominated for Best Play and Best Director, almost 76% of the actors are nominated for Best Acting Awards. Here is the 39 Steps.
this? Our new streamlined model number 1.
Oh, a glory to behold. Anything to go with it?
Take a look at this little beauty.
Oh, that's a sight for sore eyes.
You can say that again. The 2 wonders of the modern world.
Oh, tell you what, bring it back when they're filled.
Get
it!
When they're filled.
When they're filled.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Where are we now?
Oh, Halifax, Durham, Berwick-upon-Tweed. Ah, here we are now, Edinburgh town. Wonder what won the 2 o'clock at Windsor.
I'll get a paper.
I'll go to the lavatory. Excuse me,
Sorry.
pardon, excuse me.
Evening paper, latest news. Evening paper, latest
Evening
news.
paper, please.
Evening paper, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Evening paper, latest news. Evening paper, latest news.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Hello. Good Lord.
What is it?
Been a woman murdered in a fashionable West End flat.
Oh, all these sex drums don't appeal to me.
Anyway, where was we? Stabbed in the back she was, Portland Mansion, Portland Place.
Over by the BBC? Oh, that's the place to put somebody to sleep. What was she like? The usual?
Oh, well-dressed woman, about 35. Terrible.
Terrible.
Lieutenant Richard Hannay is still missing.
Oh, you do surprise me.
Approximately 37 years old, dark wavy hair, piercing brown eyes, pencil mustache.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Might I have a look at your paper?
Certainly!
Thank you.
Think I'll pop off to the buffet. Fancy anything? Nope. Finished?
No, excuse me.
Excuse
Sorry.
me. Sorry.
Good heavens, place is stiff with police. What? Excuse me, Constable, caught the West End murderer yet?
We'll catch him, don't you worry, sir.
Oh, that's the spirit.
All aboard for the Highlands and next stop the Highlands. Anything suspicious, you let us know, sir.
Oh, yes, don't you worry.
All aboard, all aboard.
Final edition, sir. Final edition.
No, thank you. All aboard, all aboard.
All right.
Keep your eyes peeled now, sir.
Will do, Constable.
Don't forget now, sir.
No, I won't, Constable.
All aboard, all aboard.
Read all about it. Read all about
All
it.
aboard, all aboard.
Is this the 941 to reading?
Bravo 12.
Thank you.
All aboard, let's be having you.
Final edition. Final
All
edition.
aboard, all aboard.
Read all about it. Read all about it.
Just get on with it.
Thank you. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, back from the buffet, listen to this.
What?
The police are searching every compartment.
Every compartment.
Sorry.
He's in a rush.
Darling, so lovely to see you. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but I had to do it. I'm desperate. You see, my name is Richard Hannay. They're after me for murder, but I swear I'm innocent. You've got to help me. See, I've got to stay free for the next few days. The safety of this country depends upon it.
Excuse me, but have either of you seen this man pass by in the last few minutes? His name is Richard Hannay.
This is the man you want, Inspector.
But we just stopped by just now and saw you two.
He
you know.
pushed in here and he forced himself upon me. His name is Richard Hannay.
Is your name Richard Hannay?
Certainly not.
But this attractive young lady clearly said...
Oh,
after him, man!
Right, sir. Oh, you're on the ordinance, sir.
I can see that, Constable! Grab him, man!
Right, sir.
Excuse me, can I help?
No, miss!
I'll stand right here then.
Very well, miss!
Just a thought.
Yes, miss!
What about the communication code?
Good idea, miss.
Oh, can I pull it?
Best if I do, miss. Right. Pull in the communication card now!
No, not the communication cord.
Thank you. At this time, it is our distinct honor to welcome two esteemed guests who will assist us in presenting the prestigious Leela Thompson Enduring Contribution to Wilmington Theater Award. Please join us in extending a warm welcome to Leela Thompson's daughter, Beverly Moore, and her granddaughter, Dr. Angel Major.
Leela Thompson was the first black woman to graduate from Wilmington College, which is now the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. She earned a bachelor's degree in education in 1967. After graduating, she worked at New Hanover County Schools teacher for more than 30 years.
As an active member of the historic St. Stephen's AME Church, my mother loved God, her husband, and her family. Her focus was on education led for all of her children were in higher education, and she has two granddaughters who earned their doctor's degree.
Her other passion, of course, was theater. She was the longtime president of the Willis Richardson Players, a theater group that worked to put local black actors in the spotlight. She was the first recipient of the Enduring Contribution to Wilmington Theater Award in 2012, which is named in her honor. Founded in Wilmington in 1974, the Players is named after the Wilmington native Willis Richardson, the first black playwright to have work produced on Broadway.
Leela was involved in the group from its inaugural production. Alongside my father, the late Melvin Thompson Jr., who passed away in 2015, she played a central role for over 2 decades, directing and performing various plays and musicals.
The group was known for its diverse productions, ranging from serious dramas like A Raisin in the Sun to lively musicals like Hello Dolly and The Fat Swaller Ain't Misbehavin', which was my grandmother's particularly cherished. The group was the primary black theater company in Wilmington for 4 decades and welcomed everyone to be a part of the Willis Richardson Players.
Shane Fernando said that my mother made an impression on him when he was about 9 or 10 years old. Shane described my mother as a loving, caring, and tough when needed, an expert in her craft. Shane said my mother always made him feel important. She had a gift in empowering others and lifting them to reach their potential. While he misses her beautiful smile, for those who knew her, we see her beautiful smile in this award. At this time, I introduce to you the current president of the Willis Richardson Players, my daughter, Dr. Major.
The Willis Richardson Players last performed in 2019 before the pandemic, which was a setback for the group. After collaboration with Shane Fernando, Rhonda Bellamy, and through support, dedication, and commitment of current and new members of the Willis Richardson Players, and in conjunction with the Arts Council, the Willis Richardson Players will be bringing back my grandmother's love of theater to the community. It gives me great pleasure to officially announce that the Willis Richardson Players is coming back. I would like to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Hyman, who's out in the audience, who will be serving as an advisor and will direct our upcoming production. Please stay tuned and watch for us in January 2026.
There are 2 quotes that come to mind when I think about Steve Vernon. The greatest contribution of a leader is to make other leaders, and no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. I became the artistic director of Failing Association Community Theater 4 years after moving to Wilmington at the age of 30. Navigating the pressure from your intended audience, artists, and peers can be tricky and at times overwhelming. Steve reached out to me often just to see how I was doing. He offered me advice in the least condescending way. He offered me support, and most importantly, he offered to listen. Over the years, he's checked on me on the good days, and he's perceptive enough to check in on the bad days that no one else realizes are bad. He knows what it's like to lead, and he is invested in building and supporting other leaders. He also encourages collaboration and community building. He is also in the unique position of making sure Wilmington sees new and exciting work while making sure to do the classics to keep the literal and figurative lights on. To know a human with the depth of knowledge that Steve has, with none of the ego, has been inspiring to see and a lesson to learn. He is the most unserious of serious artists. I am lucky to know him, and Wilmington is lucky to have him.
My name is Holly Saperstein, and it is an honor to be able to recognize Steve Vernon. Thank you. I first met Steve when I had been here about 6 months. My daughter had called and said that a stage manager dropped out of a production at Brown Coat Theater. Remember that place? I was honored to go ahead and jump back into the game, which I hadn't done in years, and at a party for that production at Melissa Stanley's house, I met Steve. Now, I absolutely do not think he remembers me from that night, and that's okay. Because a few years later, Steve came on as the artistic director of Big Dog, and I was in a play called Dixie's Swim Club at that time. It's no longer called that for political reasons. Steve walked out back, lit up a cigarette, and I looked at him and I thought, who the heck is this guy? With that whiskey and cigarettes voice and that oversized t-shirt. But Steve brought Big Dog to a level of artistic excellence that I do not think that the company had seen before. His constant research and reading plays and thinking about what the company should do in these present times is admirable. During COVID, Steve and I would meet each week and talk about theater. And he still had this need to create, always a need to create. And so at that time, it was Curry that he was creating. But during that time also, he continued to read and plan for the next season when hopefully Big Dog would come back. Big Dog has done over 70 productions under Steve's leadership. Steve stacks his productions back to back, never really taking a break. He does an incredible job of bringing together the right people to do incredible work. And I am proud to know Steve Vernon.
Steve Vernon, what an asshole. Sorry, must have been wearing this suit the last roast we did. Before Big Dog, Steve had a company called Bump Productions. You're really old if you just cheered for that. Bump stood for Bessie's Underground Mole Players, and they performed at Bessie's, which is now Orton's. And talk about love of doing what you do. They got to load in after the band was done on Saturday night, build through the night, tech in the morning, rehearse with the cast on Sunday afternoon, and then do a show Sunday night, then take it all down, and out it went. And they do that for 4 weeks. He's also a founding member of Comically Impaired. Same old people, that's right. Now, Comically Impaired performed for 10 years, then we retired, and then we did maybe 50 more shows in the 20 years after that. Because Steve would always put together a fundraiser, because that's the person he is. When I moved back to town in 2012, he called me and he said, "Are you back yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I unpacked the truck yesterday, still moving furniture, unpacking boxes. Well, we're doing a benefit for the Red Cross to benefit hurricane victims. Do you want to do it?" I said, "Sure, I'm in." "Good, be here at 6:30, click." He also formed Port City Roasters. That's right. We would get panels of local theater people and roast them to help raise money for other local theater people that needed help. But I think the real charity work that he he does every year is he takes the dozen or so locally written plays that are given to him throughout the year for production, and then he actually reads them. Yeah. Well, I've read some of these things. They are bad. But he reads them. He finds nice things to say. He'll go to lunch with the playwright and work through it, and sometimes even direct the show when it goes on. And that's actually what I want to talk about the most, is Steve as a director. He is one of the most giving directors that you're ever going to work with. And if you're in this room and you haven't worked with him, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Watching him direct makes me a better director. Working with him makes me a better actor. And listening to him relate to not only the plays, but to his actor makes me a better person. I've done more shows with him than anyone else. In the 20 show plays that I've done under his direction, I've seen casts that he's put together that I think, what the hell are you thinking? But then after a couple weeks with Steve, they're putting on performances I never thought possible. Steve Vernon is one of the most, he'd say, underrated talents in this town. I don't know if we all agree. But I'm so glad to call him one of my best friends, and I've had the absolute pleasure of being on the board the past 10 years of Big Dog. And congratulations, Steve.
I first met Steve back in 2006 when I was pursuing my master's degree at UNCW. I took one of his classes and I immediately had to take every class he taught. There's so much that can be said about Steve Vernon, but I'm going to tell you what no one else will, the truth. Steve is brilliant, he's kind, ethical, honest, he's realistic, and he's genuine. He always kept me entertained and excited about looking at the world, things, and people outside the box. As an actor and educator, he taught me and others and has contributed to both the theater world and the community, challenging us to seek the truth and the realization that all the world is a stage. It is my honor, my pleasure, and my privilege to present to Steve Vernon the Leela Thompson Award.
Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know me, my name is My name is Randy Davis. I am not going to say that I wrote my thank you speech on the way here, because unlike Madison Fleming, I don't think it's very ladylike to brag about still having a driver's license. I do have a lot of people to thank, of course, Rhonda Bellamy, the Arts Council of Wilmington, Jeff Heidig, John Staten, everybody involved with putting up this show. Most importantly, I want to thank my mom and dad. Unfortunately, my mom isn't with us anymore, but one of my best friends ever, Blaine Bird, who doesn't even do theater, decided he was going to be my date tonight. And he messaged me and asked me what my mom's favorite color was so he could wear something to reflect her presence. My dad and my mom were the biggest supporters I've ever had in my life. My father reminded me today that he never tried to get me to not pursue theater or acting. They were very supportive. Every now and then he will ask, have they paid you yet? But Dad, thank you so much. I love you. I do want to thank every single actor, technician, designer, stage manager, costumer that I've ever worked with, and I'm going to name them individually. Not alphabetically, but in order of height. And then I'd like to follow that up by naming every single person I unfortunately was not able to cast in the show. You know who you are. But, you know, seriously, we talk about this being a community and what community theater means. 4 days after I was told I was getting this award, I ended up in the hospital for 15 days. And it was scary, but I had so much support coming from the theater community. It did make me wonder what the universe was trying to tell me. Hey, you're getting a Lifetime Achievement Award and we're putting you in the hospital. But we've all felt it. We've all felt people within our community reaching out and helping us. And it truly is a blessing to be a part of a community like this. And I don't know about you, but the first real good acting advice I ever got was find your light, speak up, and don't knock over the furniture. Everything after that is just gravy. But, you know, we do theater for our own reasons. Most of us do it because it's so lucrative. Some of us do it for the fame. There's nothing like your grandmother remembering to come see a show. A lot of us just do it for the prestige. You know, the fact that we could turn to our regular coworkers and say, "Hi, I'm in a play," and then have to explain what a play is. And we're very supportive of each other, and it's great to see musical theater people being supportive of non-musical actors. It's great to see non-musical actors not beating up musical theater actors. It's great to see technicians and actors and directors and designers and builders all supporting one another. But the one thing that I try to remind myself consistently is that when we say community theater, we're actually talking about the community outside of us. And these are pretty dark times for some people, and a lot of people are worried, and a lot of people are feeling anxiety. And they come to see our shows, and they come to see a costume or a set piece, or to hear a song, or to watch choreography, or to see an actor, and for 2 hours, 3 hours, if it's the first act of an opera house show. They get to forget about their anxieties and their worries and their concerns. So what we do is a public service, not just to each other, but to our community at large. And right now, the best thing that we can do is help the audiences that come see us find their light, speak out for them, and fuck the furniture is probably from IKEA. Thank you very much.
Before we head into intermission, to refill our drinks, and speaking of drinks, don't forget the after party at Eagles Dare.
Please be there. All right, it is truly inspiring to have Theater for All as a vital part of our vibrant theater community here in Wilmington, where they empower people with disabilities through the arts. And we're thrilled to celebrate their upcoming milestone, their first original production to be performed on the main stage. Yes, that's huge. So the first day of spring will take place May 2nd and May 3rd right here. And a huge congratulations to them on this remarkable achievement. She's electrifying, do you see that? Now, let's enjoy a special performance by some of their talented artists presenting an original song from the next show that shines a spotlight on the often overlooked individuals at the party. Representing marginalized communities, please welcome the Ugly Bug Band.
There's no sound card on the keyboard.
Got a sound problem?
Yep.
Mia.
One moment, please. Live singing, I love it.
Is that?
Yeah, it's on. Yay! Woohoo! Check out its best.
Stomp, step, scram.
Smash, smush, squish.
Stomp, step, scram.
Smash, smush, squish.
Stomp, step, scram.
Smash, smush, squish.
Anytime it doesn't go their way, all they ever want to do is blame you when you're the ugly bug. Nobody's gonna come to save you, and you'll surely never hear their praises when you're the ugly bug. They don't speak to you when they see you, any more than a leaf or a hole in the tree when you're the ugly bug. They don't think about the way they treat you, and they only come around to eat you when you're the ugly bug.
The bottom of the food check and seem quite unseemly. We on a tirade, okay, seeing of the queen bee. On a tirade, working hard not to see me. She trying to throw shade like a leaf on a green tree on us because ain't a lot of y'all showing us some love, and there's enough of y'all to just sweep some of us under the rug. And you not know this, cause we're the ones that nobody does. Can somebody please spare a hug for it? Ugly bug.
Never know how the ones on the outside see, and they will never know, never know, cause they're the part of the powers that be, and they will never know, never know, for folks never hear the words they speak, and they will never know how it feels to be an ugly bug like me. Anytime it doesn't go their way, all they ever wanna do is blame you when you're the ugly bug. Nobody's gonna come to save you, and you'll surely never hear their praises when you're the ugly bug. They don't speak to you when they see you, any more than a leaf or a hole in the tree when you're the ugly bug. They don't think about the way they treat you, and they only come around to eat you when you're the ugly bug.
They say we're too this, we're too that. Too many eyes on our face, too many spots on our back. They say we're too brown, we're too fat. They always trying to figure out something wrong to do that. But we're sick and tired being drugged through the mud, even though we like dirt like a club full of grub.
all they ever want to do is blame you when you're the ugly bug. When you're the ugly bug. Nobody's gonna come to save you, and you surely never hear their praises when you're the ugly bug. When you're the ugly bug. They don't speak to you when they see you any more than a leaf from a hole in a tree. When you're the ugly bug. When you're the ugly bug. They don't think about the way they treat you, and they only come around to eat you when you're the ugly bug. An ugly, ugly, ugly bug.
Russell. I've lived in Fall River a good many years. All that time, the Bordens have occupied the house next door. I exchange calls with Miss Lizzie Borden regularly. She always received me upstairs. The name's Bridget Sullivan. I was sometimes called Maggie by Miss Emma and Miss Lizzie, it being the name of the previous girl. I came to Fall River 4 years ago, have worked for the Bordens ever since. My full name is Emma L. Borden. The L is for Lenora. I am the sister of Miss Lizzie Borden. I was just a trifle over 14 when my father married for the second time, and I remember my mother very well. My name is Lizzie Andrew Borden. Not Elizabeth. Lizzie. Andrew, after my father. I was so christened. I am innocent. I leave it to my counsel to speak for me.
In the house of Borden, there's a lock on every door. In every room, a prisoner of a long, silent war. Let us take you to an August back in 1892, when all hell broke loose in the house of Borden. Andrew Jackson Borden knows that pennies must be pinched, so Monday's mutton supper will be Tuesday's mutton lunch. And then to stretch it further, Thursday's breakfast is mutton soup, and we're getting sick in the house of Borden.
Daddy was an undertaker, nobody was too tall. You charge him for the big bucks, you marry him with the small. To save a couple dollars, we chop off a couple feet.
He's fucking rich, that Mr. Borden.
In the house of Borden, there's a lock on every door. In every room, a prisoner of a long, silent war. Let us take you to an August back in 1892, when all hell broke loose in the house of Borden.
The sisters live in the front of the house, the old folks take the rear. It seems a bit peculiar, but they've kept it up for years. I won't say they're not cordial, crowded's more the word. They get no peace in the house of Borden.
He's not the brightest bird, and Emma's not so sweet. Mind you, these are not my words, but I hear things on the street. Anyway, you slice it, these girls are past their prime. There's no wedding bells in the house of Borden.
In the house of Borden, there's a lock on every door. In every room, a prisoner of a long, silent war. Let's take you to an August back in 1892, when all hell broke loose in the house of Borden.
Father married Mrs. Borden after our mother died. She's in it for the money. She's in for a big surprise. We've no personal objection, but she can't have what's ours. Fair is fair in the house of Borden.
The family crest of Borden is a lion with an axe, running rampant into battle, ready to attack. It's an oddly fitting emblem for a family like this, and we're killing time in the house of Borden.
In the house of Borden, there's a lock on every door. In every room, a prisoner of a long, silent war. Let us take you to an August back in 1892, when all hell broke loose in the house of Borden.
When I was a girl, I gave my father my gold ring. He wears it to this day, a symbol of my love for him. My middle name is Andrew. Father wanted a boy, but I'm Daddy's little girl now.
The father loved the younger one. Some say a bit too much. They say she talks to pigeons, but who am I to judge? I don't mean to spread a rumor. These are just things that I hear. But there's some crazy shite in the house of Borden.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Not sure what that is.
Good effect, though. I like it.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Oh my God. the House of Borden. From Panache Theatrical Productions, nominated for 7 awards tonight, including Outstanding Musical. Give it up for the cast of Lizzie. Woo!
All right, moving along, please welcome our next presenters to the stage, Bianca Shaw, Kent West, and Merla Christie.
I'm going to do my part to get us to the after party a little quicker and get right into it. The nominees for Outstanding Actress in a Play are as Shelby in Thalian Association's Still Magnolias, Madison Fleming. As Logan in Big Dogs, the Thanksgiving play, Tamika Katzman. As Chris Gorman in UNCW's Rumors, Elizabeth Montgomery. As daughter in Cloud9 Productions, Shaking the Mess Out of Misery, Ricky Nelson. As Linda Lohman in Opera House's Death of the Salesman, Natasha Yvette Williams. And the star goes to Natasha Yvette Williams.
I'm accepting this award on behalf of Natasha Yvette Williams. I'm the director of Death of a Salesman. And I know she wishes she could be here tonight because Wilmington is a staple community to her and her career, and she loves you guys. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Hi. Are you all having a good time? It's been a really great night. Sydney Smith Martin complimented my feathers. Steve Vernon asked me to take pictures of his feet. Bianca Shaw is back in town. The nominees for Outstanding Actor in a Play are, as John in Sear Theater's Shining City, Brendan Carter. As Richard Hannay in Big Dog's The 39 Steps, Chad Sue. As Willie Loman in Opera House's Death of a Salesman, for Caswell Hyman. As Isaac in Sear Theater's Here, Luke Robbins. As Bird Boot in Big Dog's The Real Inspector Hound, Steve Vernon. And the star goes to, for Caswell Hyman. He's definitely here somewhere. I saw it.
Baby girl is back in town. And thank you all for this. I wasn't expecting this. I feel really blessed to be in a theater community that is so welcoming and generous. And I lost my sister a couple of months ago, and she moved to Wilmington in like 2018 to help take care of our mother. And one of her best joys and pleasures of living here in Wilmington is coming here to Thalian or upstairs to the R&B or over where Big Dog used to be. She just loved coming to the theater here. And so for her, I want to thank you for this and for all the entertainment that all you guys have given my sister Angela. Thank you.
Good evening. Hi. I'm back. All right. Hey. Okay. The nominees for Outstanding Director of a Musical are for Beauty and the Beast from Thalian Association Community Theater, Chandler Davis. Yeah. For the SpongeBob musical from Thalian Association Community Theater, Logan Hayes. For Lizzie from Panache Theater Productions, Anthony Lawson. For Beautiful from Opera House Theater Company, Justin Smith. For Fiddler on the Roof from Opera House Theater Company, Sue Ellen Yates. All right, and the star goes to... I love the music. Yes, Denise, work. Sue Ellen Yates, Fiddler on the Roof, Outstanding Director. Yes. She's here. It's not a peppermint, it's an award, and I appreciate you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, I haven't been this excited since I found out that Shane's $25 million renovation expansion of Thalian Hall is going to include the downstairs ladies' room. Ladies, wait. We are going to have 10 stalls. Woo! So obviously I did not prepare anything for lots of reasons. I mean, look at the other nominees. Thank you to Justin Smith and to Carson for letting me direct this wonderful piece. Thank you to everybody, and I mean everybody, who took part in Fiddler on the Roof, and a lot of you are out there. You made my job so easy, so it's really embarrassing to accept this. Thank you to my husband and my 6 children and 5 grandchildren. By the way, when I moved to Wilmington and started theater, I only had 2 children and no grandchildren. So that's how old I am. But they have been my constant support and encouragement. By the way, if you see them, please tell them that I thank them, because none of them are here tonight. Because I told them I didn't think I was going to win. There you go. And finally, to the person that is directly responsible for this, and that is Mr. Lou Criscola, who 25 years ago called me into his office and said, "You need to freaking direct." And I said, "Lou, I'm an actor. I don't know anything about directing." He said, "Cut out the bullshit. You're going to direct." And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I became a director. And finally, one last thing, truth be told, there is one thing that I have done as a director here in Wilmington that nobody else has done in the history of Wilmington Theater, and that is I got Steve Vernon to accept a singing role in a musical, not once, but twice. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Ellen.
Thanks, everybody. Good intentions collide with absurd assumptions in Larissa Fasthorse's wickedly funny satire as a troupe of terminally woke teaching artists scramble to create a pageant that somehow manages to celebrate both Turkey Day and Native American Heritage Month, complete with pokes at third grade Thanksgiving pageants, colonialism, Native American representation, gender relations, and turkey bowling. Throughout the play, during the scene transitions, the action switches to various well-meaning but cringe-worthy school performances, as shown in the following scene, based upon an actual YouTube video. Nominated for 4 awards, including Best Play, here is Big Dog Productions' The Thanksgiving Play.
Miss Beason's kindergarten presentation.
Hi, Daddy.
Go sound.
Miss Beason's kindergarten presentation.
On the first day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the second day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 2 turkey goblins and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the third day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the fourth day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the fifth day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 5 pairs of moccasins, 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the sixth day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 6 native teepees, 5 pairs of moccasins, 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the seventh day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 7 native tom-toms, 6 native teepees, 5 pairs of moccasins, 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the 10th day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 8 woven blankets, 7 native tom-toms, 6 native teepees, 5 pairs of moccasins, 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. On the 9th day of Thanksgiving, the natives gave to me 9 Pinocchios, 8 woven blankets, 7 native tom-toms, 6 native teepees, 5 pairs of moccasins, 4 bows and arrows, 3 native headdresses, 2 turkey gobblers, and a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch.
This song can do more than teach counting. I divide my students into Indians and Pilgrims so the Indians can practice sharing.
It's mine, ha ha ha.
I'm gonna go first.
Please welcome Bradley Barefoot and Carly Batson.
Good evening. My name is Carly Batson, former Miss North Carolina, former Azalea Queen,
And I'm Bradley Barefoot, Wilmington theater icon, legend, and most likely to be mistaken as a lost child at intermission.
And we are so excited to be here tonight.
Seriously, it is an honor to be able to present at the Wilmington Theater Awards.
The Wilmington theater community is thriving. Companies are growing, new groups are forming. At this point, they're just handing out 501c3s like raffle tickets.
Oh, and don't worry if you haven't had the opportunity to start your own theater company. One will be appointed to you by the end of tonight.
Seriously, we do this because we love it, because it's in our bones, and because, let's face it, none of us are emotionally stable enough for normal hobbies.
It's true, and let's also be honest, it's Act 2. Let's keep these acceptance speeches quick. You guys are giving Adrian Brody a run for his money up here.
So let's get to it, because if we keep going down this road, we're gonna hear all about it on Facebook at the after party. So without further ado, the nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Musical are...
As Barry Mann in Opera House's Beautiful, John Barry.
As Lester, yes.
Yes, John Barry. Woo!
As Lester in Techmoge Dance and Theater Company's The House That Gordy Built, Gregory Devon Brown.
As Damien in Panache Theatrical Productions' Mean Girls, Luke Pages.
As Gaston in Thalian Association's Beauty and the Beast, Mathis Turner.
And as Igor in Thalian Association's Young Frankenstein, Cole Warren. And the star goes to...
Love it. Mathis Turner, Beauty and the Beast, Thalian Association.
Wow. Thank you, Chandler, Chandler, Logan, Sydney Smith-Martin, who I worked beside for over 10 years, Caleb, Brett, my partner in crime in this show, my parents, my brother and sister, my best friend Ava, who I love dearly. This community and this award is so much more to me than an award. This is 10 years of my life with people who have seen the best and worst of me, and I just appreciate the love that you guys give to me. Since the time I was 17 years old, I always wrote Paul into my speech. I've been nominated 6 times, and every single time I wished I could look out here and say, thank you, Paul, because you are the reason I'm up here. And I would not be on this stage, and Mathis would not have been Gaston if Paul hadn't been Paul on this stage. So Paul is the leading actor of Wilmington in my eyes. And I also want to thank God, because nothing is possible without him. Thank you.
Ain't he the best? So moving right along, the nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Musical are as Penny in Technomoge's Dance and Theater Company's The House That Gordy Built, Rayana D. Briggs.
As Seidel in Opera House Theater Company's Fiddler on the Roof, Coleman Cox.
As Cynthia Weil in Opera House Theater Company's Beautiful, Kendra Gehring.
As Emma Borden in Panache Theatrical Productions' Lizzie, Heather Setzler.
And as Maggie in Panache Theatrical Productions' Lizzie, Lily Zuckerman. And the star goes to... Lily Zuckerman!
I just want to say thank you so much. This is a huge honor. This role itself was a crazy undertaking. This production was crazy, to say the least. I want to give a lot of thanks to Holly and the creative team and those three ladies up there with me. We were really pulling that thing together. Want to shout out Heather Setzler, Sydney Smith Martin, and Amy Carter. I got to call them out by name because those are my moms. I thank you to Wilmington because this is like, I don't have a personality without Wilmington Theater. These are all my friends, and I'm really glad that we don't have to pay you to hang out with me. You guys will just do it for free. And thank you so much to my parents and my brother for supporting this very time-consuming hobby my whole life since I was very, very young, and like still to this day for free. And also to Riley Oates, my former roommate, who had to listen to me cry and sweat and freak out over this show for months. So thank you so much, you guys. Love you.
Our next performance tells the story of Tevye, a Jewish milkman in a pre-revolutionary Russia, as he struggles to maintain his family's traditions while his daughters defy expectations and the community faces growing anti-Semitism.
A recent winner of the Best Director Award. Please enjoy this performance from If I Were a Rich Man from Opera House Theater Company's production of Fiddler on the Roof.
Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would be so much trouble if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich idle diddle 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 man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. And there'd be one long staircase just going up and one even longer coming down. And one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each leprechaun would land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich idle diddle 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 man, I see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Oh, what a happy mood she's in! Screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town would come to fawn on me. They would ask me to advise them like a Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptevia, pardon me, Reptevia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Boy, 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 boy. And it wouldn't make one bit of answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in a synagogue and pray. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I'd discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, yakadiddle-daddle-daddle-diddle-daddle-daddle-day, all day long I'd biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yakadiddle-daddle-daddle-daddle-day. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan? If I were a wealthy man.
All right, our next presenters represent almost 76% of the Rudisill family. Please welcome to the stage Troy, Catherine, and Sarah Rudisill.
Hi, guys. I'm just really happy to be here. These are my parents, and they're pretty chill, and I love them a lot, and they got me into theater, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to be announcing the nominees for Outstanding Actress in a Musical. The choices are, as Lizzie Borden in Panache Theatrical Productions, Lizzie, Sydney Smith Martin. As Inga in Thalian Association's Young Frankenstein, Megan McDonald. As Golda in Opera House's Fiddler on the Roof, Holly Saperstein. As Carole King in Opera House's Beautiful, Lindsay Schroeder. And as Sandy Cheeks in Thalian Association's The SpongeBob Musical, Hallie Claire Weems. And the star goes to Holly Saperstein, Fiddler on the Roof!
Sarah to hold that because I'm kind of shook. I really don't know why I'm here because honestly, there are so many incredible musical theater actresses that were nominated in this category. I couldn't think why I would be. I'm not much of a singer, but Golda is an actor's role. You listen to the old Broadway soundtrack or the movie, and Golda is an actor's role. But God, these women who are nominated with me can sing. If it wasn't for Mr. Brian Whitted, I probably couldn't have sang a note. He was amazing. My big thanks to Carson and Justin, and especially Sue Ellen Yates for giving me this incredible opportunity. I was so honored to work with Sue Ellen. She had done this role many years ago, and what an honor it was to be directed by her. Big thanks to my partner in crime on this, my husband of 26 years now, Jamie Stone. my incredible theater family, the incredible cast and crew that was so respectful of Jewish tradition and really wanted to learn why we were doing the things we did. And I think it really conveyed in the piece. And my last thing I want to say is theater has a magical way of doing something amazing. And there's a Hebrew phrase, tikkun olam, which means to heal the world. And each and every one of you, no matter behind the stage or in front of the stage, that is what we are doing. One piece at a time, we heal the world. Thank you again for this incredible honor. I share it with those amazing women, many who I got a chance to work with over the years. And thank you. Thank you so much for this honor.
Hi, I'm Kathy Rudisiel. I have a quick story before I present the outstanding director of a play. This is such an incredible community, and we are so honored to be a part of it. And Troy and I have practically grown up here. We got married here, had a family here. But when Troy was starring as Jekyll and Hyde here at Thalian Hall, I was about 20 months pregnant with Sarah, and not kidding, ready to pop. And he would come out on stage, and every single time he sang, she would turn somersaults in my stomach. I'm not kidding. This kid was born to do this. We are so honored to pass this tradition down to our kids and all your kids. And anyway, she waited like her cue. She knows she's a good actress. As soon as the show closed, Mom went into labor. And scene. Sarah's here. Okay, so I'm presenting for nominees Outstanding Director of a Play. From Sear, Tony Schiavone. For the 39 Steps from Big Dog Productions, Randy Davis. For the Thanksgiving play from Big Dog Productions, Terry Sue and Steve Vernon. For Death of a Salesman from Opera House Theater Company, Tony B. Mutu. Stony, sorry. For Everybody from UNCW Department of Theater, Elizabeth Wellman. And the star goes to Stony B. Mutu.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry. Okay, well first I wanna give an honor to God who's head of my life. Wilmington, yes, Wilmington has always been a second home to me. It's where I first stepped into my professional journey, and it's where I continue to grow as an artist. Directing Death of a Salesman with a predominantly Black cast during Black History Month was an honor. I'm so grateful to this artistic community that allowed me that opportunity and embraced that vision. I want to give a special thank you to Mike Thompson, who was my stage manager, my anchor, my peace, my rock. I would not have gotten through it without him, y'all. He is such a genius and so loyal and so focused and so organized. He's awesome. I want to give a thanks to Natasha Williams, who was my guide and super helpful throughout that whole entire process. A special thank you to Justin Smith, who's my mentor and father figure. He has sown into my gift over the last 10 years. I would not be where I am without him saying, you can do it. So I just want to acknowledge that. And Amelia Torello, who's my baby sister. She has inspired me and given me a warrior mindset. She has endured the unimaginable, and she is strong and beautiful and kind, and I admire her for that, and she is an example. And I want to dedicate this award to Paul Teal, a local incredible artist. who is fearless and timeless, and we love him and we will remember him forever. Thank you guys so much.
Hello, everybody. Wow, there's a lot of energy in these performances, and it makes me feel old. And it reminds me of Statler and Waldorf in their opera boxes from the Muppets, you know. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be anywhere. So for anyone who's ever been in a performance where they've been nominated, you probably have also received a review of some kind. And we are no strangers to those. And John Staten has given us some really kind words over the years, and also some ones that maybe weren't. There are a couple that come to mind that I thought that I would relate. So Kathy and I were doing a Goodbye Girl for the Thalian Association 25 years ago, 2000. And that one was Mistake to Make Girl a Musical. It was a good one. In 1997, I played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar for Opera House. And John said, "This Jesus is more like a Judas Priest." Oh no, this could be good, it could be good. So, we have an incredible theater community. I feel so grateful to be a part of it and to call you all friends. And without further ado, I will now present the nominees for Outstanding Actor in a Musical, starting with Cass Hyman. No, that's not a musical. Sorry, that's my bad. As the Beast in Thalian Association's Beauty and the Beast, Caleb Edley. As Phil Davis in Thalian Association's White Christmas, Kellen Hansen. As SpongeBob in Thalian Association's The SpongeBob Musical, Connor Perry. As Tevye in Opera House's Fiddler on the Roof, Jamie Stone. And as Jerry Goffin in Opera House's Beautiful, Mathis Turner. And the star goes to Jamie Stone. I can't get the goddamn thing off. Thank you so very much. When I was a kid, I saw that show, and I wanted to do that my entire life. And but I'll tell you what, the show was really made by the cast that we had. They were amazing. The cast was phenomenal. The backstage crew was professional and lovely and supportive. And when I got stressed and freaked out, everybody was just amazing. The lighting was great, Dallas. I don't know why you didn't get nominated. It was gorgeous. But three more people. Number one, my parents, especially my father, who when I was a kid said that he, if had to do it all over again, he would be a comedian or star in a Broadway-style musical, and I got to do both. The second to the last person is the little 3-year-old boy who came running from the Bialystok pogroms in Russia. Just like in Fiddler on the Roof, they all had to leave, and they came here. And when I got cast in the part, I said I was going to dedicate the part to my ancestors who survived and made it, and that's why I'm here. And I would be remiss without thanking my amazing, wonderful wife, my Golda, lifetime Golda, Holly Saperstein. I cannot imagine running down the hallway in a nightgown to be in bed on a stage surrounded by ghosts with anyone else. I love you. Thank you. I love you, Wilmington. Thank you.
All right, moving on. Go ahead. Yep.
Wow. So much talent here.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. Keep us moving.
Opera House Theater Company's next performance tells the inspiring true story of Carole King's rise to stardom, set to some of the most iconic music of the 60s and 70s, chronicling her early days as a songwriter to becoming a chart-stopping music icon, showcasing her hits and those of her collaborators, Cynthia Weil, Barry Mann, and husband Jerry Goffin.
Nominated in 10 categories tonight, including Outstanding Musical. Here performing Natural Woman is the cast of Beautiful.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel uninspired. And when I knew I'd have to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but your love was the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me? You make me feel so good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, you make me feel like a natural woman. A natural woman.
Hey, Jim, which one's the... All right, the moment some of you have been waiting for is coming up next. But first, we'd like to make sure you all plan to join us tonight after party at Eagles Dare. I don't know how many times we need to say that, but come to Eagles Dare for the after party, where we can gossip about everything that happened here tonight.
Please welcome Sydney Smith Martin and Kellen Hansen to present the final awards of the evening.
Hi, everybody. So everybody before us stole our bits, so we have nothing to say other than getting right to the nominations.
So with that being said, the nominees for Outstanding Play are from Opera House Theater Company, Death of a Salesman. From Sear Theater, Here. Sorry. From Sear Theater, Shining City. From Big Dog Productions, The Thanksgiving Play. And from Big Dog Productions, The 39 Steps. And the star goes to... Oh. knew this was gonna happen to me. All right, here we go. Death of a Salesman from Opera House Theater Company.
Was not prepared. Thank you guys so much. This one was not a written out, prepared, accepted speech, so I'm gonna just go off the dome. But this has been one of the most difficult seasons of my life for so many reasons, so many beautiful things, but so many hard things. But one thing I know about the God that I serve is that He is intentional about timing, and He sprinkles glitters of hope and encouragement and foundations in the midst of any season of your life. And so, I don't know, people outside of this community and other worlds may not acknowledge how significant this is to all of us. But I know in this season of my life, this is monumental. I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful. And I needed this in so many ways to be encouraged that we are not on the wrong path, that our gifts are not wasted and for nothing. You know, there might not be room for us in the world, but there might be room for us in a community where other artists need us, need to hear our stories, need to be told from a colored people perspective because it is different and it's real. And I'm so grateful that this community always stands by me as an artist. Oh God, yeah, let's applaud for that. Like, it's real. So many times we anticipate losing, and not enough times we anticipate winning, and God making a way. So thank you guys so much for seeing us, for acknowledging the hard work, because y'all, it was hard. As a new director with an incredible cast and at different levels of skill, it was a hard process, but a beautiful process and so rewarding. I want to thank Cass, our lead actor. My God. Man, did he carry us on that stage? And thank you guys so much for acknowledging the work that we put into this production and to tell this iconic story from our perspective and our hardship that is very specific and very individual, that not everybody would understand, but we wanted to tell it from our point of view. Thank you for receiving it and acknowledging it and giving us this award. I appreciate you all. Have a good night.
Before we get on with our final event of the night, if we can just give a nice little hand to Chad and Terry. And all of our excellent folks working backstage. We have Mike and Neely and Courtney and Jen and Cole and just all of the tech that deserves the thank you. Yes. Okay, here we go. So the nominees for the Outstanding Musical Award are from Opera House Theater Company, Beautiful. From a Thalian Association Community Theater, Beauty and the Beast. From Opera House Theater Company, Fiddler on the Roof. From Panache Theatrical Productions, Lizzie. And from Thalian Association Community Theater, The SpongeBob Musical. And the star goes to Beautiful from Opera House Theater Company. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. This is truly
Oh my goodness, such a wonderful end to the evening. Hi everyone, please come up here. This show, I'm from Charlotte. I didn't even know you could vote for these things, so thank you so much. This is such a grateful experience knowing that everyone voted for just such a wonderful experience. For those of you who were with us this summer, or last summer, we had so many obstacles in the way of this show. We had Justin step in the day before rehearsal started to be our new director. He had never even seen the show. We had COVID. We had the set try to take me out literally mid-show. But this team just worked so hard and really came together and bonded over the few weeks that we were here together. So thank you so much to our amazing creative team who worked endless hours to bring this huge production to the Thalian stage. Thank you so much to our crew who worked backstage, moving 4 couches, 4 pianos, 4 desks, every single office that this show had in it. Shout out to our wonderful costumer, Debbie, who's here tonight, who gave us the most beautiful vintage costumes. To all of my amazing fellow actors who I met last summer who were on stage just telling a beautiful story of Miss Carole King. To our audiences who came to see us, oh my goodness, and sell out the shows. And thank you so much for letting us tell this amazing story. And Carole was such a woman of initiative, and she wrote simple melodies that transformed the world and wrote one of the best albums of our time, Tapestry. And I'm so grateful for her legend that she left to us for rock and roll, and just the legend that this show is gonna have on my heart. So thank you so much to my cast and crew, to everyone for this award. In the best words of Carole King, you gotta get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. People are gonna treat you better, and you're gonna find, after all, you're beautiful.
Ready? Somebody's got to strike the mic stand.
I got it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. All right. Did we have a good time tonight? All right. So congratulations to all of our winners this evening.
Which is really all of us. I mean, just look at this community. We are truly all so lucky to have such an amazing place to play. Thank you all for sharing tonight with us, and see you later at... You
Good
got
night, everybody.
We did it!